A multi-million-dollar subsidy for our video gaming industry was one of the rare frills in yesterday's no-frills budget. The industry says it'll help it compete with Australia, but critics are labelling it corporate welfare. Here's political reporter Kushla Norman.
This is one of our game's mini motorways. It's basically where you're building the infrastructure of a city and getting people from A to B.
Heaven for urban planning nerds and a top seller for this Wellington studio. But the gaming industry here has been hitting roadblocks, struggling to compete with big subsidies in Australia.
Since the rebate came in Australia, we've been losing all of these incredibly talented seniors over there, so we essentially became a training ground for Australian game development.
Now, after years of lobbying, the sector is to get a 20% rebate. You're a growing sector, projected to make $1 billion a year by 2025. People might say, why does the gaming industry need subsidies?
This will allow us to support those startups that are coming through and to offer competitive salaries and essentially keep thriving.
And if we weren't able to get something like this across the line soon, like this year, it was going to be catastrophic.
To qualify for the subsidy, studios must spend at least $250,000 a year. They can get up to $3 million annually in rebates. The scheme will cost $160 million over 4 years. This economist says it's corporate welfare that might be hard to get rid of.
For how long do we want to be subsidizing these kinds of industries? Because the experience with the film sector is that the subsidies last forever.
New Zealand's rebate is still only half of Australia's, but the industry says it will help level the playing field.
Every major English-speaking country on earth has a games subsidy like this, and that's because those governments recognize the incredible contribution that games make.
New Zealand should not be in these kinds of subsidy wars. It's a terrible game. Economies don't profit from them. Taxpayers don't benefit from them.
But what's in it for taxpayers?
It means that we have good businesses here in New Zealand thriving and growing, and we want to drive a high-wage, low-emissions economy.
Gaming, a somewhat surprising winner in a bread-and-butter budget. Kushla Norman, One News.